weird game because it's a pure card game, so it's tough for me to handle it any way other than videoing every single action and thought and whatever. It's a little easier than trying to do this with a game of bridge or rummy or something like that. Not that I would do that, but it is kind of ridiculous to do in the first place. But whatever. Like I said, filler, and I needed something. So let's see. We're over here. We have not a lot of power in Britain. I can't face the enemy spy right there, which means it's going to be tougher for me to do things. I want to keep the coordinated assault, but this coordinated action isn't terribly useful. I'm going to try to play this. It allows me to move two things one space each. Wait, do I have... I'm looking to see if I have something to get this out of there, but I do not. So I'm going to play this. And again, he looks to see if he has a counter, because it's usually worth burning that. So that's 2 unsecured. Well, we secure Britain. Ha ha ha. That's our trick. That's what the Russians can't help with. And what else? It's probably worthwhile to start pushing the US. If I can secure that, that's very helpful. It's a hard one to gain, but it's also a hard one for other people to take advantage of. Alternatively, though, I have a decent Poland card here. And I don't want to use this up. This would be very appealing as a US card. I'm not going to be able to play any of these for any kind of bonus. Yeah, I'm just going to push the US down. I'm going to throw the Gadget Buster for 3 points in the US. I'm not there, so I don't get the bonus. But I'm just trying to get the US far from him because that's one of the ways to win. It's probably not the one I'm most worried about right now, with us each with one of these under control. It may not be that useful. I've played 2 cards, so I can't use the Detain, which would have actually been an interesting card in this case. So I just get my 2 cards here. And now we're over here. Oh, wait, now I get to decide where I want to go. Britain's been locked in. I don't need that anymore. I'm most interested in... Oh, geez, I have 2 Britain cards. I can use them for other things, but I don't know what I'm most interested in. I think I'll run over to Poland, just because at least I have a bonus there right now. All right, so now looking over here. Well, I have a gadget. Gadgets are cool. I'm not going to get a chance to move anywhere. I can play this Revolution to break the control on Britain, and he does not have anything that counters that. We had a card that did. Must have gone away. And my other card, I'm going to throw a Gadget Research. Now I could have thrown... No, I can't throw that in. I'm going to throw my Gadget Research in to increase my hand size. That'll get me a bigger draw each turn. I think that's an important thing. Do I want to be able to block his actions? Is that my most important goal? Or is it positioning for something else? Well, if I position for something else, he can block me. So I go to Poland. He doesn't know whether or not I have a good Poland hand. So if I've stopped him, I get an extra card because of my gadget. If I've stopped him, then I get this additional, bonus where he has to either stay there and not succeed at anything, or run away and maybe I get my bonus there. of being able to do an action. So, well, on our side, we definitely want to play a quick 2-point card. This is a useful card, I guess, but to push that back into place, and there's nothing I can do to stop that, I don't believe. And now, I could do a military transport somewhere. Good choices. There aren't any really great choices. I don't have any huge advantage anywhere. The blockade's a powerful card. I'm going to play that on Russia. Oh, I don't want to play it on Russia. Russia's the hard place to play. Crap. So I can military transport somewhere else and play the card there. I'll military transport over to Hungary. I'm going to play the Russia card for 3 spaces. I get 3 cards in my hand. Too bad I got rid of the Gadget Buster, huh? Oh, lots of gadget researches though, so I'll be able to slap gadgets down. And as to where I want to go, well, of course, I want to block his next move, if I can. We go back to the Ruskies. And I do not have a powerful hand that I can play here. I could throw 7 points down. That's it. What I can do, however, is I can deport him back to the USA. And now I have a more powerful hand I can play. And deport is powerful. This allows me to play a 7-card blast here. Is that a good 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? That's exactly what I need. So I drop 7 to lock this in. I'm now locked in on 2 countries. My next card, I have another blockade in hand, or another deport in hand. I have a blockade if I'm worried that he's about to win, but I'm not really worried about that. Here's what I want to do. If I get a good hand next time, I can play lots of cards in my home country. Remember, you can almost always play in your home country. Where do I want to go? I do not, well, let me draw my cards, but I do not want to stay where I am. Let me get another again. Lots of strategic resupplies, which aren't terribly useful. A safe house. Bonus extra cards. After refilling hand, but before moving your spy. Oh, I play this immediately. That gives me 2 extra cards. I throw 1 card for 2. I throw 1 card for 2. No. I gotta read the cards more carefully. This is a regular action. I can't just play this now. This is just something that'll give me more cards at the end of the turn. Okay, so where do I want to go? And pretend we didn't see those. I got a lot of cards for Hungary. Yeah, I'm going to shift to Hungary. It's not exactly where I want to go. I might want to do something else there, but that's how I'm seeing it right now. So for the U.S., what do? We're stuck in the United States. We have nothing that allows us to move, although if we did a gadget research, we could then discard a card and move. That's kind of expensive to be able to do something. I got a lot of points here that I could throw into Hungary. That would give me 7 points. But he's got 6 cards. I don't know what the points are. Let's ignore any thought of that. But he's got 6 cards. He can counteract my 7 points without a problem. Now that'll leave his hand raped for next turn, but so what? Playing in Russia, hard to do. The enemy has defensive bonuses there. Yeah. Play in the US. And now I only need a 2-point card to lock that into place. I'll play this Detain. And that locks it in. No gadgets for me. Alright, yeah, we knew what the cards were. Now we're over here for the Russians, and he's got 2 locked in. If I can win the Soviet Union, it's over. I wasn't paying enough attention there. Unfortunately, I don't have very many there. I could play these 2 cards for 4 points, or they'd be 3 points each. Do I have anything that's going to allow me to move? I have this safe house that'll give me additional cards, so I'm going to play these guys for 4 points. Push that marker down, and right now I'm clearly in the lead. Everything's down on my side of the board, right? Except for the 2 locked in places. I'm going to play the safe house. That's going to give me 2 extra cards after I draw everything. And that gives me a very powerful hand for next turn, and maybe I can move somewhere so that I can do a more powerful attack. All right. What do we got here? We have 2 things locked in. I want to get 1 more. I don't have an ability to move somewhere. I have this coordinated assault, which allows me to move 3 markers, unsecured markers, in one direction. It can't be blocked. Unfortunately for me, there's only 2 unsecured markers. That becomes less interesting in a lot of ways. Hungary, easy to, both of these spaces can be blocked. This is really a terrible situation to be in. The US has lost. It's just a question of what they're going to do. Discard your hand, how far they're going to get to lose. Yeah. I'm going to play this as the coordinated assault. He does not have the he does have the defense for it. He blocks it. 1 more card down. Safe house it is. That'll give me 2 extra cards. Maybe I'll be able to prevent things. Those 2 extra cards come here. I've got the powerful revolution that allows me to break a control. And where do we want to go? Well, it's easier for me to defend. It's easier for me to fight over Hungary. I can't defend both spaces, though. That's the problem. But I'll go to Hungary. Now, on his side, let me make sure I don't have anything that I can do. I have a military transport, so I can jump into his force, or into his into Russia, which is probably what we're going to see here. So for him, he's got a coordinated attack, which could move 2 forward. I need a big red card, and I don't have one. The best it looks like I can pull is 3 spaces with that. I'm going to play a coordinated attack. There's no counter for that, so that's going to push those 2 down too. There's nothing I can do about it. Second one, we're going to safe house again. I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. I get 1 more and then 2 additional. The idea here is that my hand is bigger than his in the long run. Right now, his hand's pretty big, and he'll be able to counter anything that he would be able to counter something if I tried to do it now. But next turn, maybe he won't be able to, or whatever. It's going to be rough, though, because he's got to have that ability to jump into here. I just didn't have the points to push this far enough to do it. Right now I have a good advantage. I want to play kind of conservatively. All right, another break.